Safety begins here. Enertech Qatar, the most modern safety training center in the Middle East. Decade of expertise in HSE training, located in the heart of Doha. Enertech Qatar. Flexible training hours. Round-the-clock call center assistance. Customized training solutions. Multilingual experienced male and female instructors. Fully equipped classrooms. Chauffeur service and dining facility. Enertech Qatar Safety Training Center, Qatar's largest international qualifications and awards provider.
Hello. So once more, I would like to wish everyone and thanking everyone that joined us in this webinar. Before proceeding further, I would just like to make sure some housekeeping rules. Your mic is going to be mute. Your mic is going to be mute. You can choose how to keep your camera on or off, and you can turn on view to speaker view, so it will be easy. And all of the questions which you have, you can just type them in the chat box and it will be answered during the presentation or in the question and answer sessions. And of course, we are respecting the rule, only one speaker at a time. This is the housekeeping rules. And before going also, I'm going to present to you even the agenda of this webinar. At 6:05 p.m. until 6:45 p.m. is going to be the introduction of NEBOSH. All NEBOSH qualifications, NEBOSH IGC, what is included in open book exam, and closing interview also. 6:45 p.m. till 7 p.m. is going to be question and answer sessions, and 7 p.m. is going to be wear up. Today, as I told in the beginning, we are going to talk about NEBOSH Open Book Exam, all you need to know related to that. I don't want to lose time, and I'd like to turn the time over to Mr. Lenish Nadukudi. He is our presenter today. He is a qualified master in business and development and training and development as well. His experience in the implementation of health and safety standards, especially in oil and gas, construction, and hospitality sector, is making Enertech to grow more and more every day. So, Mr. Lenish, our learners are waiting for you.
Thank you, Christiana. Thank you for a very warm welcome. And let me also take this opportunity to welcome all the learners and aspiring NEBOSH learners for this function. First, let's start with looking at what is NEBOSH. NEBOSH is a UK-based examination board delivering health and safety qualifications. They develop the qualifications, and NEBOSH does not directly deliver qualifications. They have got learning partners or training providers based in different parts of the world, and they deliver the qualification on behalf of NEBOSH. NEBOSH is developing the qualification and sets the assessment methods. If you see, there are different learning partners, and learning partners are categorized into bronze, silver, and gold. It's based on certain criteria put forward by NEBOSH. And it is important that you know the status of your learning partners as well as the learning partner number. So if you can see the NEBOSH logo, which is presented over here, we've got Enertech is a silver partner to NEBOSH, and the learning partner number is 944. That's the NEBOSH learning partner number, and every learning partner will have a unique number to their organization. Looking at NEBOSH qualifications, NEBOSH offers a range of qualifications, starting from an introductory courses to award qualifications, certifications, diploma, and masters. Let's look at each of these qualifications. This is one of the recently introduced qualification of NEBOSH. It's called Safety Simplified. It's a very introductory course qualification, and it is good for people who are new into the safety. And next, we have the award level qualifications. In award level, we have got qualifications which are health and safety related, environment related, incident investigation, and process safety related. So these are also basic qualifications which ranges from 1 day to 2 days. Next, we have the certificate level qualifications. These are the qualifications which are much in demand, and one of the most demanded qualification is NEBOSH International General Certificate in Occupational Health and Safety. Apart from IGC, we've got qualifications called Health and Safety and Process Safety Management, International Technical Certificate in Oil and Gas, Certificate related to Fire and Safety, Certificate related to Construction Health and Safety, HSC Leadership, and Environment. So you can see that NEBOSH qualifications covers a range of health and safety related topics. So now looking at the diploma, there are diplomas which are International Diploma in Occupational Health and Safety and Diploma in Environment Management. NEBOSH also offers a master's degree, a Master of Science degree, and Master of Research, and this is in association with the University of Hull in the UK. Now we look at NEBOSH International General Certificate in detail. So here we can see that NEBOSH has got 2 units to be completed. The unit 1 is called IG1 and unit 2 is IG2. Unit 1, IG1 focuses more on the health and safety management system. So which is evident here, we've got 4 elements, and all these elements are focusing on the health and safety management system, which is based on the ISO standard of 45001. And the IG2 is basically risk assessment based on the workplace. So we can see that a lot of risks are there in the workplace, like physical risk, chemical and biological agents, musculoskeletal, workplace issues, work equipment, fire, electricity, etc. So all these covers the IG2 risk, IG2 paper. Looking at how this is assessed, IG1 is an open book examination, and this is a recent introduction of NEBOSH with the COVID situation. And previously, IG1 used to be a closed book and invigilated exam. NEBOSH introduced this open book examination. And in this open book examination, delegates are able to write the examination at their workplace or home. And this will be a scenario-based examination. It's an application-based examination. And IG2 is a practical risk assessment to access whatever we have learned in the IG2 paper related to workplace. And learners will have to complete a risk assessment and submit it to the learning providers. And talking more about the open book examination, it is an examination that can test the same learning outcomes and assessment criteria as an invigilated paper. However, unlike in the closed book assessment, you can access textbooks and digital resources when completing an open book, which means we have got a range of resources available when we work on an open book examination. We can refer to these we can refer to the books and then write the examination. Looking at the format of the NEBOSH Open Book Examination, this is, as I mentioned, it's an open book examination, so it is based on scenario. We'll be given a scenario and there will be a lot of questions based on this scenario, and we have to answer that scenario. And how much time does it take to complete this examination? NEBOSH gives us 24 hours to complete a NEBOSH IG1 examination, in which it will be given at 9 o'clock UK time, and we've got next day 9 o'clock UK time to submit the paper. So which means we have got a range 24 hours to submit our paper, which actually the paper will be taking approximately 3 to 4 hours, but NEBOSH considers that we need to take break in between and then work on the answers, etc. So the scenario-based examination, we can take up to 24 hours. And where do I complete my examination? This examination can be completed at any place, anywhere in the world. You can complete it at your home or workplace. It is not necessary that you have to be at the learning partner's premises to complete your examination. So that gives a lot of flexibility, and it is becoming global now. Am I allowed to refer course book? Yes, of course, you can refer to your course book, workbook, and whatever materials are available in the internet. The only thing is you need to reference it. Wherever you're referring to, you need to reference that particular place where you have taken it from. Suppose you have taken it from an internet, you need to reference that, or from HSC UK website, you've taken the answers, or taken the answers from the textbook, so you can reference that. What standards of behavior do NEBOSH expect during an open book examination? NEBOSH expects that everyone is fair and with due diligence. They expect us to behave properly, and they consider 3 things. One is plagiarism, collusion, and impersonation. Plagiarism is when we are submitting another person's work on behalf of us, and this can be avoided by referencing what we submit. Collusion is when people come together and work as a group and submit the answers, wherein so that is considered as a malpractice. And impersonation is something which a person is submitting the answers on behalf of somebody else. That is again considered as a malpractice. So all these will be going into malpractice procedures. And once the NEBOSH IG1 examination is conducted, we have submitted the papers to NEBOSH, then there will be a closing interview. This closing interview will be conducted by the learning partners, and assigned interviewer will be conducting the closing interview. And this closing interview is not to test the knowledge of the learners, but to verify that whatever work has been done by the learners are their own. They do not get an assistance in submitting the work, etc. So there's nothing to worry about a closing interview. It's just to test your to ensure that NEBOSH want to be sure that whatever work is submitted is your own work. Okay. Just giving a brief about the open book examination journey, we can see that the registration is the first thing. Learning partner, the delegate or the learners will register with a learning partner. Then we'll be getting a registration confirmation. We prepare for the open book examination. Normally the open book examination is a 10 days training, and we take the course. And online examination platforms are also explored. And examination day, usually it is as I mentioned, it's a one-day examination. It starts at 9 o'clock British Standard Time, and you need to submit the papers by the next day, 9 o'clock. The 6th of August, we had an examination. The next examination is scheduled on 28th October and 2nd December. And after submission of this examination, there will be closing interviews which will be conducted, and the results are published. It takes approximately 50 days for the result to be published by NEBOSH. Coming to the any questions, I'll be happy to take.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Lenish, for the great presentation. Actually, we just came up with some questions from our learners. One of our learners is saying, do I need to practice to an open book examination? This is the first question.
Yeah, thank you, Christiana. And actually, there is no requirement to practice an open book examination, but you need to study by yourself and get the reference. Like we have seen the syllabus of NEBOSH IGC. We've got the IG1 paper and IG2. So whatever scenarios being given, so it is like you'll be given a scenario, probably a workplace. So there's something which is happening in the workplace. They describe about the workplace, and based on that, there will be certain questions. So we cannot practice an open book examination, but we can prepare for it. Preparation will be getting the references, making ready the resources available for your submission, knowing where you will be able to find an answer to certain questions. Let's say we talk about workplace related health. So we know that where we can get these answers. So I believe I have answered the query.
All right. I hope. Yes. Yes, please. Anyone have questions before we'll take the questions from the chat box? All right. Mr. Lenish, one more question came from one guy. He is saying, do I need to have any specific qualification to enroll for NEBOSH, or I can just enroll?
Okay. NEBOSH does not specify any particular qualification for enrolling into any of the NEBOSH certificate level. But there are certain English requirements, English proficiency requirements. They recommend IELTS standard for NEBOSH to enroll into a NEBOSH qualification.
Yeah, that's good. I got the answer, and we'll expect him to register. So one more question. The same guy is asking, what if I will fail in my NEBOSH exam? How many chances do I have to retake it again, or should I start from beginning?
Okay. When we talk about NEBOSH IGC in particular, we have got two papers. One is IG1 and IG2. And once we enroll with a learning partner, and we start our examination, let's say we start our examination on 2nd of September. So we have got 5 years from 2nd September to complete our IG1 and IG2. In case, let's say, one of the learner did not achieve a unit, IG1, he was not able to clear, but he cleared IG2. So you've got a 5-year window wherein he can achieve that or write only that paper which he did not clear and get the certification. Yeah, Christiana?
Yes. Oh, Thank you so much. We just got another question. Can I register for IG1 and after I finish, I'll register for IG2?
It is possible. It is definitely possible that you can register for the unit of your choice. You can either register for IG1 and IG2 together, or you can register for one unit at a time. It's the same with even diploma qualifications also. Diploma's got 4 papers, so some learners like to take one paper at a time, and they clear that over a period of time. So it's up to the learners, and based on their urgency and need for certifications. Just during the presentation, I did mention that NEBOSH is one of the most recognized qualification for health and safety, especially in the Middle East. If you see, most of the documentation related to the government sectors, including in Qatar, we have the Qatar construction specification. It mentions NEBOSH as a requirement for health and safety professionals.
Yeah. The same person is asking, what if my English is not so well? Can I still register?
It is, NEBOSH has recommended a certain level of English language proficiency, and that is a recommendation from NEBOSH. And also we need to understand that there are certain things which, for every qualification, there are certain levels of proficiency which are required, and the recommendation from NEBOSH is to have an IELTS 6 and above for attending a certificate level qualification.
All right. Yeah, thank you, Ms. Lenish. One more question just came. It's regarding IG2. When should I submit my IG2 report?
Okay. IG2 report is basically a report which will you will have to conduct a risk assessment at your workplace, and there are criteria which needs to be followed, requirements set by NEBOSH in terms of completion of the report as well, and the learning partner will be able to advise you. There is a closing date for submission of the IG2 report. Usually it is IG1 and IG2 are combined, so they've got from the date of IG1 submission or IG1 examination, around approximately 15 days are available, but the exact date will be available with the learning partners. So every examination, it will be different, and the learning partner will also have an opportunity to have IG1 alone and IG2 alone as well.
All right, Ms. Lenish, following up the first question, the same person is asking if I'm unemployed, how to submit my IG2 report from one workplace if he is not working currently? Okay.
This is a very important question because the risk assessment or IG2 report has to be a risk assessment conducted at the workplace. So in case any of the learners, like somebody who's not working, probably they will not have an access to a workplace. So that is the time when they will have to discuss with the learning partner, and the learning partner will be able to provide a solution to it. Either the learning partner will be able to suggest a place where they can do a risk assessment. So any learning partner will be able to support this in case the learner is not able to find a place for risk assessment.
So basically, if the people who are not currently working anywhere, they don't have a job, they can just contact the learning partner and they will support them in submitting their IG2 report.
Yeah, they will support in providing a place where they can do the risk assessment. They will not be assisting in the risk assessment, but definitely they can assist in finding a place for conducting the risk assessment, and the learner will have to submit the report.
All right. Another question, Mr. Lenish, what is the passing mark for each unit, IG1, IG2?
Okay, this is a question which has been asked very frequently, and previously when we had this IG1 as an invigilated examination, 45 was the passing mark. But with the new scenario wherein it was converted into an open book examination, NEBOSH is still to decide on the passing mark for this IG1, and they are evaluating the quality checks are also being done of the previous examination which happened on 6th of August, and they will come up with a passing criteria. They still haven't decided. And for IG2, there is no marks awarded. It is either pass or refer. So as I mentioned, there are certain criteria which are mentioned in IG2 reports. So we need to meet each and every criteria. If a learner meets every criteria, he is deemed as passed. And if he doesn't meet the criteria, even one criteria, he will be referred, which means he'll have to do the paper again.
Okay, I got the answer. And Ms. Lenish, one more question from the same guy is coming is if I'll submit my IG2 report, but I will have some technical issues, so maybe I will be late. What will happen in that case?
Okay, as I mentioned, 24 hours is the window given to submit IG1 report. Okay, and the report has to be like, it works, we get an access to a NEBOSH site where the question paper will be available. That will be on the particular date of examination. Let's say the upcoming examination is 28th of October. So on 28th of October, 9 o'clock UK time, every learner who is registered for an IG1 examination will get their question paper in this website, which they will have an access. So before 3 days, NEBOSH will provide the access details, etc. So we can verify that these things are working and everything is set. So on that examination day at 9 o'clock, they will get the question paper. And there is a 24 hours window when we are talking about the 28th October. So by 29th October, 9 o'clock UK time, they have to submit the papers. So there will be certain glitches in submission, etc. NEBOSH will be normally available 24 hours during that examination date to support. And as a learning partner, we will also be there to support in case there is any technical difficulty in submission of the papers.
All right, thank you. One more question. What are the career opportunities for a person who passed all NEBOSH exams, both units?
As I mentioned, NEBOSH qualifications are one of the most widely accepted health and safety qualifications in the world, and especially in the Middle East. So if you see, even the government documentations related to health and safety, in Qatar we talk about the Qatar construction specification that defines NEBOSH qualification as one of the requirements to be working as a safety professional. Similarly, there are other, even in oil and gas and other sectors also, NEBOSH qualifications are considered. So NEBOSH International General Certificate is the most widely accepted qualification. Over 90,000 people have already taken NEBOSH International General Certificate. And I should also tell you that more than 6,000 learners had attended the IG1 examination, the open book examination, which was conducted on 6th of August.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lenish. There are two questions which I would like to ask in answer one. When is the next batch of NEBOSH and how I can register for NEBOSH Open Book Exam?
Okay. From Enertech, we have our next batch, which is scheduled on 20th of September. So the registrations are still open, and we will be taking learners for our 28th October batch, 28th October examination date, as well as 2nd December. So preferably based on the preference of the learners, they can register for 20th October or 2nd December. The classes are scheduled from 20th of this month, September.
All right. Hope or answer, you can just pass by in Enertech anytime, and we are here to support you. Ms. Lenish, one more question. After getting my NEBOSH IGC certificate, what is the next level I can register that can benefit me better in this field? Okay.
As I mentioned initially during my presentation, NEBOSH has got a range of qualifications, and NEBOSH IGC, which is the most common, it falls in the certificate level qualification. So apart from NEBOSH IGC, there are focused, or we can say that subject related qualifications. Like NEBOSH has got a fire qualification, it has got an oil and gas qualification, it has got a construction qualification, an environment qualification, etc. So these qualifications focus more on that particular subject. Also, the next level is a diploma, and that is, there are two categories of diploma courses available. One is the International Diploma in Occupational Health and Safety, and the other one is related to environment. So the next step from International General Certificate will definitely be diploma qualification. And having certificate and diploma qualification will determine the level of membership that we can attain with IOSH. For example, somebody who's holding a certificate level qualification, he can be a technical member of IOSH, and to be a graduate member or a charter member, you need to be having a diploma level qualification.
All right, thank you, Mr. What is the duration of the training? One guy is asking. What is
the duration will be 12 days.
Okay. Okay, 12 days. Another question, Mr. Lenish, is regarding the exams. He's saying, is there a limit of retaking the exams?
As I mentioned earlier, there's no limit in the number of examinations that you can take, but you've got a 5-year window period wherein you'll have to complete the examination. As I mentioned before also, let's say we have somebody who's cleared IG1 and he did not clear IG2. So he's got 5 years period where he can complete the IG2 and get the full certificate. So there is no limit on the number of attempts that somebody can make.
All right. One learner is saying, I failed in my last attempt in NEBOSH IGC, both units. Can I join all course again as a new student, or should I register as a receipt candidate?
Once you've attended the course, it is your personal preference whether you want to go for a full course again or study by yourself and appear for a retest or a re-examination. It's a personal preference, I would say.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Danish. And regarding IG2 report, one question, if I fail any technical difficulty, and where should I submit my IG2? Where should I upload? Where should I submit? Will I get any help?
IG1 is directly submitted to NEBOSH portal, which you will have an access during your examination day. And IG2 reports are submitted to the learning partners. If you're registered with Enertech, you'll have to submit it with Enertech, and then Enertech sends it to NEBOSH for correction. All the papers are corrected in UK. Invigilation happens in UK.
All right. When do I get my result and certificate? I think you mentioned, Mr. Lenish, the certificate, it will take a result, it will take 50 days from the submission day, that the guy is most into certificate.
Okay. As mentioned earlier, the result takes approximately 50 days, and the certificate is, after your results are published, it takes another 30 days or so to get the certificate from UK. And with this COVID situation, there may be some delays, but generally it comes in within this 30 days period.
All right. Okay, Ms. Lenish, I think someone is typing in the chat box. So one more question. How many certificates are received at the end?
Okay. Previously, NEBOSH International General Certificate had three units. We call it as IG1, IG2, and IGC3. Sorry, IG1, GC2, and GC3. And prior to that, it was IGC1, IGC2, and IGC3. So there has been a lot of evolution in the syllabus and the examination mode, etc. Now we're talking mostly about the open books scenario. It has got two papers, IG1 and IG2, and we get the certificate only if we qualify for both units. NEBOSH has stopped this issuance of unit certifications for each units, and only somebody qualifies for both unit, they get the certifications. To get a unit certification, again, we'll have to make a request to NEBOSH.
All right. Yes, please, is any question? All right, miscellaneous, one more question. After how many days can I submit my IG2? How many days after IG1?
It is based on how you're booked for the examination. Usually IG1 and IG2 are booked on the same day. So from your examination day, approximately 15 days are available. So we will have to deal with the learning partners, and they will be able to advise what is the closing date for submission of IG2 reports.
All right, very important. Okay, and what do I need to register for NEBOSH IGC? What is required?
Okay, to register for IGC, there will be a registration form definitely available. Apart from that, you need to have a photographic ID, preferably a passport or a national ID. And these IDs are also checked during the closing interview, which I mentioned. So that closing interview, they check the ID, whatever we submit.
All right. Do you provide any attendance certificate till I receive my result? This is one of the learner questions.
Okay. For NEBOSH qualification, there is no attendance certificate. Learning partners are not supposed to be providing an attendance certificate. The only proof that the learners will have as they have attended the training will be an examination entry confirmation. As such, they're not supposed to be providing a certificate of attendance.
Of course. One learner is saying, I already registered but want to see it on 2nd December. When should I attend class?
Can you please come again?
I already registered but want to see it on 2nd December. I think maybe is a date mistaken. When should I attend the class?
Okay, I believe since we mentioned there are 2 examination dates, his question is when the class will be available. So we have a class which is starting on 20th of September, and we may have another batch which will be starting on 11th of October as well. So both examinations will contribute to the 20th October, and December, since there is an examination in December, there will be more batches coming up, which we will be keeping posted in our Facebook pages as well as LinkedIn pages.
All right. I think Mr. Emmanuel, I think he wants to say something. Mr. Emmanuel, are you here?
Manuel, you can type your query in the chat box and it can be picked up.
All right, I think he's just raising his hand. He wants to say something maybe, or he's typing. All right, one more question. Again, the questions are getting repeated. When do I get my result and certificate as well? And previously we used to have 3 certificates. Now why only 2? This is only 1. This is one of the questions.
I believe I answered it in the previous question. And currently NEBOSH is issuing why 2 certificates. It's because NEBOSH has changed the format of their examination. So since there are only 2 examinations currently, only 2 certificates will be given. But these 2 certificates, again, as I mentioned, NEBOSH has stopped the standard format of giving unit certification. Only if they clear IG1 and IG2, they're giving whole certificate as a NEBOSH qualification.
All right. Can you please confirm the classes schedule for 2nd December exam? I think it's the same, which who is writing this question. We are going to reply to you with all the details. You'll get one of our team is coming to inform you for everything, the dates and everything.
Okay, you can also refer to our Facebook pages where we'll be posting this upcoming schedules. As I mentioned, we have scheduled an examination on 20th September, and the next will be most probably on 11th of October. And definitely there will be courses in November, and prior to the November, definitely there will be a course prior to our examination on 2nd December. So most probably that will be the end of November.
All right. Can you do one webinar for NEBOSH Diploma?
Definitely, it can be taken up if there's more people interested in Diploma. As such, Diploma is one of the most in-demand qualifications because of the fact that there are so many IGC holders, and to grow up in the ladder, you need to have a Diploma qualification. We can definitely discuss on it. If there is anybody who wants to know more about Diploma, please get in touch with one of our learning advisors, and we will be happy to provide you with more details. I also want to inform you that there is an examination for Diploma coming up on 6th of October, and the registrations are still on. And after this, the examination will be in January. So your Diploma examinations are usually conducted twice a year, and there was supposed to be an examination in July, and due to the pandemic situation, it got postponed, and that is rescheduled to 6th October, and the registration for that course is still on.
All right, that was useful. Ms. Venish, one more question. If I'm leaving Qatar anytime, am I still allowed to do the training since it's online training?
It is possible. The advantage or beauty of this open book examination is that it is not binding us by the boundary of a country or a learning provider. You can be anywhere in the world and to take the examination at that particular time, or let's say we mostly talking about 28th October. So 28th October UK time, 9 o'clock, wherever you are, you can take the examination, provided you're registered with NEBOSH or through the learning partner.
All right. Do you have any YouTube channel? This is another question. Maybe they want to see the trainings, how are going on, especially the practical areas.
We have a YouTube channel as well as an active Facebook page. You can search Enertech Qatar Safety Training Center, and this channel and Facebook page gets updated with the recent trainings. We have a lot of information about the NEBOSH closing interview, information about, we offer a range of other health and safety qualifications. So details are available in YouTube as well as Facebook pages.
All right, Ms. Manish, this is all the questions which we had till now. And I'd like to thank you, everyone. We really appreciate you being here. And just to inform you, because here just came up one more question, actually, what is your next webinar topic? We are going to have next webinar on 7th of September related to offshore trainings. So thank you again for joining us today, and I hope to see you next, so September 7th.
Thank you, Christiana.
Thank you so much, everyone.